Welcome to Charlie Jane Speakers Radio. This is the show where we share speaking tips, tools, and resources to help you grow your public speaking business. Our goal at Charlie Jane is to get you, the speaker, on the platform in front of thousands of people so that you can teach and motivate your audience, enriching and empowering them to lead fulfilling lives. And now, here's your host, Wendi McNeil.
Hi there, it's Wendi McNeil here with Charlie Jane Speakers, and thank you for tuning in to today's podcast. Today I'm going to talk about 3 of the most common pricing mistakes I see that are made by speakers. 3 of the most common pricing mistakes made by speakers. Is going to be a great podcast. First, I want to welcome you over to our free Facebook group. It's called Grow Your Speaking Business. It is an awesome Facebook group. You will not be disappointed. You can also put in your browser www.speakingbizcommunity.com. That will also get you over into our free Facebook group, and I look forward to welcoming you. Now, on to today's podcast. 3 of the most common pricing mistakes made by speakers. Now, getting your pricing right is a crucial step in growing your speaking business. So often, I see speakers charging prices that are way above their current station or drastically undervaluing themselves based on their expertise level. So let's get started. Mistake number one is asking the planner for their budget. Don't do this. Okay, don't do this. I don't know if anybody's told you to do this, but don't do this. Do not ask the planner for the budget. Let's just get one thing clear from the outset. You never, ever ask a planner what their speaker budget is for an event. It puts you at an immediate disadvantage, okay? You're gonna then have to try to, work around their willingness to spend rather than have them work out how they can afford to book you at your event. Okay? So number 1, never ever ask a planner for their budget or what their budget is. Okay? You should always lead with what you charge. Okay? It doesn't matter what the event is. You charge what you charge. Otherwise, you won't have a business. Once you've got your fee out in the open, you'll find that they will come back to you with some form, usually some kind of counter offer, okay? And that's the time to begin negotiating a fee that you are both happy with. This is not the time to be stubborn now, okay? So if you usually charge $3,000 for a 2-hour workshop and an event usually is paying $500 an hour, there's going to be enough wiggle room to get to a happy medium, okay? Your goal is to get booked. Your goal is to build your platform. Your goal is to secure testimonials, and your goal is to build yourself into an expert within your chosen field. If you refuse to accept absolutely anything, even slightly under your typical fee structure, it's not going to happen. All right? So, number 1 was asking a planner for the budget. Don't ask. Just tell them what you charge. Mistake number 2, not changing pricing as you grow as a speaker. As you develop yourself into an expert, you should upgrade your pricing structures to reflect that fact. Now, one of the most common mistakes I see is speakers, and who have been speaking for years on a chosen subject, undervalue themselves. If you have hundreds of events under your belt, dozens of testimonials, several high-profile clients, you've been in the media, it always goes without saying that you should be charging more than you did when you first started, right? And yet, there are still so many speakers out there that haven't increased their fees in years. Remember, you have earned your reputation as an expert. All that hard work, that you've put in over the years is only worth it if you charge an appropriate fee for your knowledge and speaking expertise. When you become a name that is, very well known in your industry, it's time to charge a higher dollar. All right, it's time to charge a higher dollar. Mistake number 3, bear with me, refusing to speak for free. Refusing to speak for free. Okay, I know. They're like, did she just say speak for free? I did. Refusing to speak for free. Now, it may seem odd to include free speaking, in this podcast about speaking pricing. However, everyone has to speak for free at the beginning. Now, some speakers still do it even if they've been speaking for 30 years, because if they've leveraged it properly, they're probably making more money off of free events from consulting, from bringing people into their membership, getting clients, selling product, and all that stuff. So unless you are some kind of celebrity, no one is going to know you when you first start out on your speaking adventure, right? That is why you need to accept some free speaking gigs to get your name and get your face out there as much as possible. You need to raise your profile by getting testimonials, by securing regular speaking slots, and putting out content consistently. Please remember, consistency is key here. Okay? You can't do that if you refuse to offer your services for nothing, during those first few weeks and months. Once you have, a small platform, then you can think about charging a small fee, to cover your expenses. From there, as you grow your profile, you can then get into the thousands per hour speaking, the pricing structure. Okay. As long as you don't make mistake number 2 that I mentioned previous. Okay. Speaking isn't a get rich business model. So if you thought it was going to be, you need to rethink this before you start, even if you're even thinking of starting a speaking business. Okay. It's not a rich, quick business. It's like any business, you're going to have to put in the hard work. It takes a significant time investment to develop your business, as any business. However, once you've put the work in, you will notice that you will start to benefit from the snowball effect. You start slowly earning more and more for each gig until you get to a place whereby every time you step on a stage, you are commanding very lucrative fees. Okay? Yeah, it takes time to build those foundations, but they're definitely going to pay dividends for years, and even decades to come once they're in place. So don't make these common mistakes when you're pricing your speaking services. While some of the mistakes I talked about seem obvious, I see them being made, by new and experienced speakers all the time. Okay? Without being careful, it's very easy to undervalue yourself or price yourself out of tremendous opportunities. No one, including me, can tell you what to charge. I can't tell you what to charge. That remains a personal decision. But by adhering to the basics, you can ensure that you don't fall, foul of the mistakes that we've just run through. Okay? Now, I will say, a little story here. I'll keep it short, I promise. I have been helping planners. I've been helping speakers and working with planners for almost 2 decades now. And it is 2022. I started in 2002. And over the years, when I first started and I needed to build my reputation, I needed to build my platform. I work with speakers. I did workshops. I did some marketing. And back then, I did do some stuff for free just to get testimonials, just to build my portfolio. I didn't kill myself giving out free stuff that I didn't have time to work on my business. I'm just saying, just a little bit, okay? Just a little bit. And when I started the Charlie Jane Speakers Club almost in 2005, a long, long time ago, back then the membership fee was at, if I recall, it was only $9.95. Okay. Here we've moved, I've moved through the decades. I've increased even more value in the membership. And today, as of this podcast, it's about $59 a month, providing speaking opportunities and much more to our members. But as you can see, when I started, $9.95, and now we're at $59 to $69 a month, and it is increasing actually in 2022 as we move along. But you can see that as you grow and as you build your platform And as you place yourself as an expert in your industry, this is what is going to happen, okay? You will increase your fees. So sit down and listen to this again and put together your fee structure. Do not undervalue yourself. Do not don't overcharge again. If you're new, you want to just kind of find that happy space, okay? Find that happy place and keep moving forward. Keep inspiring and keep putting yourself out there. You are going to build yourself as an expert in your industry, and you will be able to demand those very lucrative fees when you get on stage, okay? So that is it for this podcast, and if you want some more help, resources, and as far as, pricing your services, how to structure them, again, jump over to our free Facebook group, Grow Your Speaking Business. It's an awesome Facebook group, amazing speakers, very talented at all levels, okay? And they're very happy to help you. I'm also in there and happy to help as well. So hop over there, and I look forward to seeing you in our group. You take care.